for the third time today.
It's been a busy day.
Yeah, we're just jamming on the content today.
You've seen all my clothes.
Yep.
Just kidding.
Okay, let's see. We're going to invite Anthony O'Neill here.
There he is, just with this little button. All you got to do is push the button on the bottom, yeah.
Waiting for AO.
All right. Let's make sure our volume is nice. Hey!
Yes.
Yo, what's going on, fam?
What's up, my man?
Looking good.
Man, I'm doing good, man. Trying to make it happen.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
well,
I need a haircut, you know.
Dude.
I got this Corona cut, you know. It's not looking so clean right now.
I know.
It's so good.
Where are your lines, you know?
Man, listen, man, my lines is not working. No, my lines on point, too, you know, like but, you know, it's all good. It's all good. How y'all feeling today?
We're feeling good, man. We're thankful. We're feeling good physically, mentally, spiritually. Luckily, our families are doing good and our kids are doing good. So,
can't ask for more.
Can't ask for more there. So we're good. We're good.
Good, man. I love it.
What about you? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, just trying to stay focused, trying to stay busy. Y'all married. You know, y'all talk about married stuff, and us single people over here, when we get off of work, boy, it's hard out here for the single people, you know?
Yeah.
But just staying focused, just trying to get prepared for when this pandemic turns over and get back into the real world. I want to come out effective. I want to come out stronger. I want to come out hitting the stage better.
Yep.
I want to come out hitting my media events better. I just want to come out better. But just trying to take advantage of this time. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking this time. This is a new thing we're doing, and I think a lot of people are doing it, like doing Instagram Lives and having other people that we would usually have on the show and just having real conversations. And I love it, honestly. So this is one good thing that, you know, Corona brought about, I guess. But so let's just dive straight in. So exactly what you were saying. I'm gonna come out better. I'm gonna hit this hard. I'm gonna stay focused. And one of my main goals, and we can kind of jam on this for a minute, like man to man, is like as a man, doesn't matter if you're married, but we're still a man, we're still a worker, we're still a human. Like for me, I'm looking to look back in 3 months, 6 months. We were talking with Deloney about this earlier. 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now, 2 weeks from now, saying, all right, Seth, you fared that storm well. You didn't trip out. You didn't lose your mind. Maybe things were hard, but you stayed strong in that. You know what I'm saying? So like one of the number one things that I want to do as a man, as a husband, as a dad, is to look back and go, yep, he was solid. You know, and it sounds like you're doing that same thing. Like, why is that important to you and to men, do you think?
Man, you know, I think for us, man, we're creatures who are born to. You know, for me, when I look at me, let me put it like this. For me, I was created to provide and protect, and so right now I'm just creating myself to. Okay, what else can I bring forth as a single man who desires marriage one day? What can I create during this season that's going to provide and protect for the next season that I'm praying for?
Right.
Or am I just going to be lazy during this season and then have nothing to show for it in the next season whenever God allows that to happen? And so I'm sitting down and I'm just, you know, I'm clarifying my goals, you know, clarifying my vision. A lot of people say goals. I'm starting to use this new word called formation. So every single day, who am I forming myself to be? You know, God formed us in our mother's womb. And so my thing is every single day, what better man am I forming myself to be? Am I forming myself to be a better husband, a better communicator, a better father, a better friend, you know, a better person with my finances? And so that's one thing I'm really just doing. I'm taking in a lot of content. I'm taking in a lot of books. I'm reading. I'm learning more about money. I'm a finance guy, but I still don't know everything about money.
Right.
And so right now, I feel as if you come out of this season, I'm going to probably get in trouble for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you come out of this season not stronger or wiser, you deserve to stay in the season a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because you got to use this time. You got all this free time. You need to come out just better, stronger, and wiser. And I ain't trying to preach, but it's like if we serve the Creator, then we can be creative. So Let's get creative. That's going to produce some money. That's going to produce a better lifestyle. That's going to make yourself a better husband, a better wife, a better father. Your relationship with your children, with your wife, with your friends should be better. Mm-hmm. I'm going back and I'm calling relatives. I have 18. You guys, 18 aunts and uncles.
Yep.
I've called all 18 of them. I've called all of their kids. And to be honest with you all, before this, I think one of them, I haven't talked to in maybe 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to come out as a better family member, you know? And so I just believe now is just a time just to step back, ask yourself some real good questions. And like you said, be able to look back at it and say, you know what? I handled it the best way I possibly could have handled it.
That's right. And like I agree 125% with everything you're saying. And there was this thing on Facebook or going around on Instagram or something, and it said, yeah, if you're not taking this time to better yourself, to do all this stuff, then the last thing was like, then that's okay. Don't worry about it. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I understand, because I want to have empathy with people who are struggling here. Yeah. Like, thank God we didn't lose our jobs. We haven't had family members that have passed away or anything. Like, we're good, right? But even, okay, like this, I'm going back to like the Bible. It's like, you know, like trial by fire stuff. It's like we talked about this on our podcast a long time ago when you were on. It's like with working out. Like, if my muscles aren't hurting after that, then I'm not getting the benefit from it, right? So now is not the time to be like, oh, you know, it's so sorry, you know, things so hard. It's like, if you can change your mindset around this, you will reap the benefits. You will absolutely reap the benefits. And one of my favorite Craig Groeschel sayings is, discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. And like, when I read that, I was like, oh, I need to cross that bridge every single day. Every single day. So that's good.
That, man, you know, and I definitely want to echo with y'all. I definitely want to make sure that we are being understanding of individuals who have been impacted by this epidemic, and by this pandemic, because you can still get out of this strong too as well. You know, if you've been impacted from this financially, you're going to learn something about yourself by not giving up, by pushing through, by doing the things you got to do to survive. You're going to learn that you are a survivor. Right. You can handle this storm. So everyone can get out of this thing stronger than what they are. But I love that. I love that saying that discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Because truth be told, I've had the opportunity to write 2 books and a half of a book that just recently came out. But I hate reading out loud, you guys. I hate reading. You know, because I read like, my grammar's not the best. I read like I'm from the country. I'm from the when I'm reading out loud, I'm like, oh. But discipline. I'm forcing myself to read, to learn how to articulate, to learn how to pronounce certain words that before this pandemic, I didn't know how. And I read this one book. The words in there are just huge. And I'm like, well, what does this even mean?
Where's my dictionary?
You know, it's like, here's my thing. If I'm going to be, you know, on the radio and on the news with these big time people, I need to be able to hold my weight. And so I have discipline every single day. I cut off my cell phone. I cut off my computer. I cut off my email. And I read a book. And I force myself to read out loud. And then what I do is I underline the words that I don't understand. I do not know how to pronounce. I go online. I learn how to pronounce them. And then I learn, what does it mean? Now I'm building my vocabulary. So that's just me being honest and truthful. So, you know, I think we all can still get out of this thing much better.
Yeah, I love that. So one of the things I wanted to ask you was like, specifically, what have you learned about yourself during this time? Because I think it's different for everyone. Like, I really learned that I'm very selfish with what my expectations were of Seth, that I wanted him to like stay home from work and basically make me his queen, which is so stupid. and I'm embarrassed to say it, but that is exactly what I felt. And that's something I learned about myself during this time. But what about y'all? What have y'all been learning about yourselves?
Man, I don't know about you, bro, but I learned very quickly that I am an impatient guy. My family, some of my peers was like, yo, you're kind of impatient. And I was like, man, whatever. But during this time, I really realized that I am impatient. And I've also learned, too, being impatient can be a good thing. but it can also be a very bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm challenging myself to write down the good things about it. Like, for an example, being impatient, I wanted to plant some trees outside before the sun comes in so I can get everything situated. But I was like, yo, just do it yourself. So being impatient saved me money, and I did it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out looking great. But then also at the same time, I was impatient because I wanted to clean my driveway. I put it on IG the other day, and I messed up my driveway.
Oh no!
I wasn't patient enough to wait for the guy to come out and do it. And so, what I'm trying to learn for myself during this season is, okay, what are things you need to attack, and what are things you just need to sit still? I have a problem with sitting still. When I see something needs to be fixed, or if I see that I could do something better,
mm-hmm.
I'm the type of guy, go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Let's go. Because I believe in momentum. I believe in striking while the fire is hot.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes striking while the fire is hot will land you in the fire.
Right.
And so I'm learning to identify better ways to be patient, and better ways to attack when I need to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. And just being real with yourself to be like, yeah, okay, this is bringing out things that I hadn't looked at for a minute that just been on autopilot. Yeah. But now we're just honestly looking at them. And for me, as a man, like you said, Anthony, before, that protect and provide kind of piece, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's inherent. It is for me, and it sounds like it is for you and other men too. So I was okay, what do I got to do to make sure we got food, we got shelter, the 4 walls that Ramsey talks about. Okay, and then it made me take a look at, like, our finances are fine, but it's like, you know what? I want to be way more prepared. I just don't want to be like, oh yeah, I think we're good. I want to be like, no, we're helping other people out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's like one thing we're working towards. And one thing that I have kind of learned, like, I guess I'm impatient too, a little bit about that, and almost mad and kind of disappointed because we had a bunch of, we had like, okay, so we were supposed to travel to Nashville to do the Devo last week, right? So we were supposed to be in person at Ramsey Solutions last week, and we had all this stuff, Reg Crucial, all this stuff, and that got canceled, right? And I wasn't mad at anybody, but disappointed. And then we had another conference that we were going to do out here in Seattle, and we were going to make some bank from it. And like I there was a minute of like, well, I'm kind of pissed, because all this stuff is getting canceled, and like these different opportunities, and like I want to strike when the iron's hot. Okay, we got this. Let's do this while we're there. Let's hook this up. We can do this, piece of content or whatever. So I get impatient and stuff. And like Melanie, she's a good like bouncer, because I'm like, let's go, go, go. And she's like, no, slow it down. Like, chill your chiller for a minute. And that's been helpful. But yeah, I have learned that, like, all right, God's got it. We're going to be okay. And things will be in the right time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean, okay, I'm sitting back and I'm chilling. It's like, no, that's not an opportunity now. Let's reschedule it, and whatever content it was going to be, we're going to make it even better. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, man. Trust me, I get it. The month of March, man, the amount of events, the amount of money that I missed out on. I was like you. Part of me was upset because you just took away from me saving, because I have some savings goals that I'm trying to do. And one of the things that I believe in, you speak what you seek, not what you see. And so this year I told myself I'm going to invest into a wedding fund. I'm just going to start putting money into a wedding fund because I want to speak that into existence. Mm-hmm. And so the month of March was that fund. I was going to put 50% of my income into that fund. And I was hurt because I was like, dang, I can't sow into that. Right. And then God hit me with something and said, you don't need money. Are you good up here? Mm. Because if you're good up here, and if you're becoming the man that I need you to become for my life, then the money will come. I was like, dang, why you gotta be so deep, God? Like, can I just feel what I'm feeling? But so then I had to check myself, and I had to really turn it all around. Like, all right, cool, I'm gonna make money. That's no issue. We're all going to get back there. We were all looking forward to you all coming out and sharing with us. But, I think for me, I just really learned it's gonna be all right. It sucks. Let's be real.
Right.
But everything happens for a reason. So I'm just trying to look at the positives, because if we keep thinking about the negative and the things that we lost out on, man, we're gonna be depressed, and I don't want to be depressed.
Yeah. What we focus on expands. You know.
Yes, sir.
So I gotta make sure what my focus is going to expand in a good way for my family, for my wife, for the podcast, for everything. So.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to ask a question. Speaking of focus, I want to focus on money because you're the money guy. And one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, why is budgeting so important right now for people?
You know, right now, because you're telling your money what to do, not wondering what will it do. That's probably bad grammar. Let me say it correctly. You're going to wonder, you're going to know what your money is going to do, not wondering where it went. All right. And so for me, I'm looking at my budget every single day. Our governor just extended us to stay home until the end of this month. So today I went back and kind of moved some things around. So check this out. So because we're being extended for the end of this month, this means more than likely my events for next month will be canceled. So now I'm going ahead and adjusting my budget for this month and next month. So that way I know exactly what to do, how to do it, and why I'm doing it. I've literally canceled, and not because I had to, but because I just believe in practicing what I preach. And I want to show people that, hey, even though I can afford keeping subscriptions, I'm still canceling them, because I just want to show you all that even a guy with money, let's be honest, is still being wise with his money and still budgeting as well. And so budgeting gives you permission to do what you want to do. And it's pretty much you. You're saying, all right, cool, here are my priorities. I'm going to cover my utilities, cover my food, cover my housing and rent, and then transportation. And then clothes is like the fifth one. That's like, hey, you need clothes. But clothes is not important, you know, if you already have it. You shouldn't be buying clothes. Ladies, you don't need another you know, guys, you don't need another pair of Jordans right now. You're sitting at the house. So focus on, you know, just make sure you're eating. Focus on make sure that your utilities are still on, that your rent and your mortgage is paid, and then also make sure you got gas and a running car. And so once you budget those 4 things, you'll be all right. You know, budget your income, budget if you're getting a stimulus check that just hit on Friday, some of them are already getting that $1,200, plus $500 per child if you filed your taxes in 2018. If you're getting unemployment right now, you're getting an extra $600. Budget it all out, you guys. It is so important right now. I was on the phone with one of my millionaire friends just yesterday, talking to him about what is he doing, and I'm trying to learn from him. Hey, what are you investing into? And one of the things that he just hit on in the very beginning is like, bro, right now me and my wife are just sitting down and we're just making sure our budget is just, you know, to the T. I'm asking, what subscriptions do you have? What automatically comes out of your spending account? I need to know every single dime. And I'm like, if a millionaire is budgeting like that, then we on this level should be budgeting, or whatever level we on should be budgeting as well.
Yeah. We did the same thing last week. I went through all our subscriptions, like Audible, Netflix, Spotify, all this stuff. And I pared back, you know, like Audible. I listen to books, and that's even like that's one of my self-improvement things. But I was like, okay, you know what? I got 3 books in my queue. I'm putting this on pause for 90 days, right? And it's only $16 a month. But hey, every little bit adds up, you know. So just
I think of what your grandmother. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but just think about it. If that was $16 for Audible, I cut my Audible off. I had like probably like 4 or 5 credits, and I'm like, I don't listen to book anyway, so I want to read out loud. So I cut it off, and I'm not going to turn it back. $16. I had Spotify and Apple Music, but in my house, I have my home theater system only allows Spotify, so I cut Apple Music. There goes $26. Then I had Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. So I cut Hulu. That would save me like $20 because I was watching TV there. So there go $46 right there. Then I had this cologne thing. I'm a huge man on cologne. So I had this cologne box being sent to me, and that was $10 a month. There's $56. Then I had these vitamin things. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
So when you start cutting these small things out, before I knew it, this month alone, I saved right around $80 off of subscriptions that I can still afford. But I'm like, do I need it right now?
Right.
No. So the $86 went towards the extra groceries that I may have to purchase during the week because I'm home more. So you got to get creative. But see, if you had a budget, it won't take you long to just go through, all right, cut this off. Okay, we're going to bring this down, boom, boom, boom. It's a 30-minute process. You done saved yourself some money.
Right. Yeah.
And in our comments, someone just shared, like, the library does free audiobooks. Like, if you love audiobooks, get them at your library. Like,
come on now.
Right. Another thing I wanted to ask is, what do you suggest for people who are, because you were talking about student loans and you talk about that all the time on your stuff, and how do people, is something changing with that right now? Is that impacting, is the pandemic impacting how student loans work? Is there something we should know?
Yeah, well, the pandemic has definitely impacted not just student loans, but all debt. So right now what I'm teaching people is the government has pretty much said, hey, if you have student loans, we're going to pause the payments for 6 months and also pause your interest for those 6 months. And so this is what I'm telling people. If you have income coming in, you haven't lost your job is not in jeopardy at all, and your income is still good, now is the best time to attack your debt, period. If your student loans are the only things that you have, then, oh man, go after it. Do not take these 6 months off, because if your student loan payment is $353, well, that was $353 going towards both payment and interest. So that means you're only getting maybe about $100 go towards the principal. Now I'm throwing $500 towards all of my student loans. I'm attacking it if that's the only thing within inside of my debt snowball. And for those of you who are watching right now, if you don't know what I mean when it comes to debt snowball, it simply means that you're going to line up your debt from smallest to largest. And wherever your student loans lie, if it's your last thing, just attack it. And then I would encourage them to go to my page at Anthony O'Neill. I just wrote a book called Destroy Your Student Loan Debt, and it's $10. And I'm literally walking you through, hey, here's how you refi if you need to refi. Here's how you attack your student loans. Here's why I totally disagree with you waiting on the government to pay off your student loans, to do student loan forgiveness. It's literally 60 pages long. It'll take you an hour and a half to read. You will enjoy it. And it's $10. And so it's a quick read, just really help you out during this season. But right now, my tribe knows this, that now is not the time to be lazy. Now is the time to go after it harder. I believe millionaires, I believe entrepreneurs, I believe leaders are being born during this season. I believe people are going to come out of this season debt-free because they took advantage of this last month and a half of us just sitting at the house. So they're going to come out with 20% less debt. Some of them come out with a great business idea that's going to bring them in millions. That's going to be able to employ people and help this economy. And so if you have student loan debt, go check out the book and attack it right now.
That's awesome.
100%. Yeah, I think that depending on our mindsets, we're going to thrive on the other side of this, or be either the same or be really injured. I pray the injury to people is not too bad, but also pray that the emotion behind, like, okay, let's change this, So we're just getting serious about a bunch of stuff, and I'm actually excited about, all right, what is going to come out of this that's just going to be like, okay, we're on fire in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm...
We have a question. It says, how do you prepare to take on student loan debt? Because I wish to get my master's degree. What are your thoughts on that question?
You don't prepare to take on student loan debt.
Keep talking.
Here's my philosophy on that. I believe in education. I believe education is very important. I believe every single day we should be learning something. But I'm going to ask this question. When anyone says, hey, I want to get my master's degree, is it a want or is it a need? All right, that's my thing. Do you need it in the career space that you are going into? If you need it, let's have that conversation. If you want it, why are we going to spend this kind of money? Why are we going to waste this amount of time? Now, if you need it, there are several ways. I want people to go to my YouTube channel and look up Debt-Free Degree Town Hall. Dave Ramsey and myself break down how you can get your master's degree, how you can get your medical as well degree completely debt-free. Here's the truth. I'm not going to mislead anyone. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be quick? No. Will it require a lot of work? And like you said earlier, dedication? Yes. But dedication, like you said, well, I'm going to steal that from you, it's the bridge from who you are to where you want to go.
Right.
And if you want to graduate debt-free, It's going to require some dedication, living with intentionality, and hard work ethic. And so look up Debt Free Degree Town Hall. Dave and I break down how you can get your master's degree, how you can even become a doctor and lawyer without racking up any kind of student loan debt.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
We'll share that link after when this posts up. And yeah, because that's something like I've always wanted to go back and get my master's in like psychology or therapy, and because he has his, but there's no reason. There's literally no reason for me to do that. Doesn't make us more money.
Yeah.
It puts us in a crap ton of debt just because I want to. You know what?
Yeah.
I can Google all the stuff I want to learn if I just want to learn it for fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Or just ask me.
Or just ask my husband.
No.
You flexed just
But yeah,
now.
yeah, I know, right? So, is there any other just bits of wisdom or like some sort of more value that we can bring to both our listeners? Like, okay, if anything, right now it's Tuesday, week 5 or whatever of this pandemic. We still got a minute to go. You know, what's the best thing that people can do right now just to put stuff in perspective and get real?
You know, in the news years ago, and I've just been going back throughout my old notes. And before joining Ramsey's team, I was a preacher. And one of the things I talked about a few years ago was Paul Walker. He was the actor from Fast and Furious. Unfortunately, lost his life to a car accident. During that time, the car accident, the sheriff came on the news and he said something that shook the world. He said, Paul didn't die from the car accident. He died because he was stuck. So it wasn't an accident that killed him. It was the fact that he was stuck. And I just want to encourage people during this season, don't allow your mind to get stuck. The coronavirus, this pandemic is not going to kill you. This season is not going to kill your finances. It's not going to kill your mind. It's not going to kill your relationships. It's not going to kill your goals. The only thing that can kill us is ourselves. It is our mind. Is if we decide to remain stuck in this place, to complain, to sit here and cry. No, I get it. If you're feeling the pain, I'm with you. We all are feeling some kind of pain. Yeah. But I refuse to stay stuck in this situation. I'm going to get myself out of it. I'm going to speak what I seek, not what I see, so I can see what I spoke. I'm going to believe and look into the future. I'm going to speak life into what I desire. I'm going to speak life into my dreams. I'm going to still get on some IG lives and listen to as many encouraging stuff as I possibly can. I'm going to read a lot of books. I'm going to watch Financial Peace University for free. I'm going to just be feeding my brain because I don't want to be stuck in this season of depression, stuck in this season of wondering, stuck in this season of just saying, what in the world? I refuse to allow my vision and my dreams to die in this season. And so that's what I would encourage your listeners and my listeners who joined on is let's just keep the faith and let's keep our future in sight and let's just make sure that our dreams come to pass. And that's what I would say as we end our time here.
100%. It's like, what is your stake in the ground? Here's my stake. This is I'm not going back. This is the time kind of thing. You know, Dave Ramsey talks about it when he was bankrupt. We've all got those stories. You know, in our marriage when things were terrible, it's like, I am never going back. Never. Yeah. No matter versus a bankruptcy, a worldwide pandemic, other stress, job loss, I will never ever go back. So what is, like, our collective listeners, what's your stake? I'm talking to I'm not talking to Anthony, I'm talking to people watching on both channels right now. What is your stake in the ground that you're never going to go back? Because now you got time, my friends. I saw this thing, it's like all those things you said you don't have time for, that excuse don't fly anymore. So
one thing that I wanted to say that you made me think of is a lot of times people get stuck in the what ifs. What if someone gets sick? What if whatever? What if you turn what if on its ear? And what if you flourish during this time? What if you do learn how to budget? What if you come out on the other side amazing and healthy and all of these things? What if you changed your family right now because you didn't freak out and cry?
Right.
You actually were stronger. What would that look like? How would it feel? And how would it change your life? And so I want to say thank you for joining us, but also for giving me that little like inside inspiration because that helped me articulate something that's been in my head for a while.
For real. You guys go check out anything Anthony O'Neill does. YouTube. What was it? Debt Free Degree Town Hall on
YouTube.
On YouTube.
What else do you want people to know about you or where to find you?
Man, you just just go to my IG. Just check me out there. Click the link in my bio. You'll learn more about my new book, Destroy Your Student Loans. What we're doing over here at Ramsey Solutions with offering Financial Peace University for free.
Yep.
And just more about me. My content is I have a little freedom on my side of the content, so we have a little bit of fun.
I know.
So check out my IG, man. You see, we have some fun conversations on my page, so we'll have a good time.
It's awesome.
Oh
Your
man.
page is
Okay.
awesome.
I'll let you go for a minute, but I caught one of your IG things, and you went to Shakes.
Hot chicken.
Yeah.
Oh man,
We were there.
So
Yeah.
we went there when we were at the influencer event in Nashville, and like that place was
so good.
You got to go there. I'm gonna camp out there because
Right.
I mean, just his story, because I didn't know that he was on Shark Tank and all that, but like the way that you just interviewed him and you guys were chilling, it was good. It's good stuff. So
Yeah, your channel's great.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.
We'll
All
have
right,
to do
man.
it again sometime.
All right,
Bye.
See y'all soon.
all right. Catch you later, man.
Oh, what? What'd I do?